Hello, I'm Logic Bunny, and come with me down the rabbit hole of knowledge. Ever feel like your brain throws a tantrum the moment you open a textbook? Maybe you're staring at the words, but they just won't stick. You're not alone. Studying can feel like climbing a mountain made of homework, a never-ending slog through information that just doesn't seem to click. But what if I told you there's a secret path, a hidden trail that leads to studying fun? Yes, you heard that right. Fun. I know. It sounds like a fantastical dream. But in this video, we're ditching the dusty textbooks and the mind lectures. We're grabbing our metaphorical shovels and digging for buried treasure. We're going on a quest to find the lost city of study and fun. This isn't just wishful thinking. We're talking about awesome learning hacks, the kind they don't teach you in school. The hidden truths about how your brain actually learns. We're going to explore secrets that will make you smarter, more efficient, and maybe, just maybe, actually enjoy the process. I'm not just talking theory here. I'm talking proven strategies backed by science, by real-world results. We're going to crack the code on memorization, unlock the power of focus, and turn those boring study sessions into an exciting adventure. So get ready. Get ready to transform your study sessions from a dreaded chore into a thrilling quest. Get ready to unlock your potential and discover the joy of learning. Are you ready to explore the possibilities? Let's explore this together. All right, let's dive into our first secret weapon. Ever feel like staring at a textbook feels like, well, a punishment? Like you're stuck in detention with your own brain. That's because your brain's reward system isn't getting to work out. It's like trying to run a marathon with no water, no snacks, and definitely no cheering section. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure. It's a fundamental part of how we function. And the key player in this pleasure game is dopamine. Dopamine is your brain's happy chemical. It's released when we experience something enjoyable, something that makes us want more. Think about your favorite video game, that feeling of accomplishment when you level up, or the satisfaction of finally solving a puzzle. That's dopamine. At work, making you crave more now. Traditional studying, well, it often misses the dopamine party. Hours spent passively reading, memorizing facts, or just feeling overwhelmed don't exactly scream fun to your brain. It's like running on a mental treadmill. You put in the effort, but you don't get that rewarding feeling that keeps you motivated. But here's the good news. We can trick the system. We can hack the dopamine dance. We can make studying fun. And the secret weapon? Gamification is simply taking the principles of games and applying them to learning. It's about turning your study sessions into a game, a challenge, a quest. So how do we do it? First, turn your notes into a quiz. Instead of passively rereading, actively test yourself. Create flashcards, use online quiz makers, or even quiz a friend. The act of recalling information and getting the answer right triggers a dopamine release, making you feel good and reinforcing the information in your memory. Second, reward yourself for completing tasks. Set small, achievable goals, and then celebrate each milestone. Finish the chapter. Treat yourself to a short break, a favorite snack, or a quick scroll through your social media. The anticipation of the reward and the feeling of accomplishment will boost your dopamine levels and keep you motivated. Third, use apps that track your progress. There are tons of amazing apps out there designed to help you study smarter, not harder. Many of these apps use gamification techniques like points, badges, and leaderboards to make learning more engaging and fun. Think of your brain as a puppy. It won't learn tricks without treats. Dopamine. Gamification is the treat that keeps it engaged, excited, and eager to learn more. It's about turning the boring into the brilliant, the mundane into the magical. Let's explore this together. Ever feel like you understand something until you try to explain it? You know that feeling, right? You nod along in class, read the textbook, maybe even do the practice problems, and you think you've got it. But then, when you try to explain it to a friend, or even just write it down, you stumble, you stammer, and you realize you're trapped in the I kinda know it trap. Well, there's a way out, and it's called the Feynman Technique. Named after the brilliant physicist Richard Feynman, This technique is a powerful method for truly understanding any concept. It's about more than just memorizing facts. It's about developing a deep, intuitive grasp of the material. The Feynman Technique is all about explaining things simply, as if you were teaching a child. Why? Because if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Here's how it works. First, choose the concept you want to understand. It could be anything from a scientific principle to a historical event to a complex mathematical equation. Second, explain it in simple terms. Pretend you're teaching it to a child who has no prior knowledge of the subject. Use everyday language, avoid jargon, and focus on the core ideas. Write it down, speak it out loud, or even draw a picture. The key is to make it clear and concise. Third, identify your knowledge gaps. As you're explaining the concept, you'll inevitably hit a snag. You'll realize there are parts you don't fully understand. These are your knowledge gaps. Fourth, go back to the source material. Revisit your notes, read the textbook again, watch a video, or consult other resources to fill in those gaps. Fifth, simplify again. Now that you have a better understanding, go back and try to explain the concept again, using even simpler terms. Keep repeating this process until you can explain the concept clearly and concisely, without any hesitation. The beauty of the Feynman Technique is that it forces you to confront your own ignorance. It reveals the areas where you need to focus your attention and helps you build a solid foundation of understanding. So, here's a challenge. Try the Feynman Technique with your next homework assignment. Pick a concept, explain it in simple terms, and see what happens. Post your simplified explanations in the comments below. Let's create a teach-back session where we all learn from each other. Remember what Albert Einstein said. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Understanding is the key to enjoyment. When you truly understand something, learning becomes less of a chore and more of an adventure. Procrastination, the ultimate study saboteur. That sneaky little voice that whispers, just one more episode or I'll do it later. It turns a 30-minute task into a 3-hour ordeal, stealing your time and sabotaging your success. But what if you could become a time-traveling ninja, conquering procrastination and reclaiming your focus? Enter the Pomodoro Technique. This simple yet powerful technique is a game changer for anyone who struggles with focus and productivity. The Pomodoro Technique is all about working in focused, timed intervals, followed by short breaks. It leverages the brain's natural attention span, preventing burnout and keeping you on track. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 minutes. This is your Pomodoro. During this time, focus solely on your task. Turn off distractions, silence your phone, and give the task your undivided attention. When the timer goes off, take a short break, about 5 minutes. Get up, stretch, grab a drink of water, or do something completely unrelated to your work. After every 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break, about 20 to 30 minutes. This is your chance to fully recharge and prepare for the next round. The beauty of the Pomodoro Technique is its simplicity. It breaks down large tasks into manageable chunks, making them less intimidating. The timed intervals create a sense of urgency and focus, motivating you to stay on task, and the breaks prevent burnout, allowing your brain to rest and recharge. Now, let's get practical. There are tons of free online Pomodoro timers available. Just search Pomodoro Timer and you'll find a variety of options. Experiment with different intervals to find what works best for you. Some people find that 25 minutes is perfect, while others prefer longer or shorter intervals. The most important thing is to find a rhythm that fits your needs and helps you stay focused. Think of your brain like a racehorse. It can't maintain top speed forever. The Pomodoro Technique is the pit stop, giving it a chance to refuel and go even faster. It's about pacing yourself, avoiding burnout, and maximizing your productivity. Let's explore this together. All right, let's bust a myth, highlighting that colorful, seductive trap that makes you feel like you're studying, but often you're just passively absorbing words. You highlight, you reread, and you think you've got it. But then, when it comes time to recall the information, it's gone, vanished into the ether. The problem? Passive learning. Our brains are designed to passively absorb information. We learn by doing, by actively engaging with the material. And that's where active recall comes in. Active recall is the opposite of passive learning. Instead of rereading or highlighting, active recall is about actively trying to remember information from memory. It's about challenging your brain to retrieve the information, to make the connections, and to build a stronger understanding. Think of it this way. When you highlight, you're essentially just copying information. You're not really processing it or making it your own. But when you try to recall the information from memory, you're forcing your brain to work. You're strengthening the neural pathways, making the information more memorable and easier to access. One of the most effective tools for active recall is flashcards. Write a question or a key term on one side of the card and the answer on the other. Then, test yourself. Try to recall the answer before you flip the card over. Keep practicing, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you can learn and retain information. Let's see this in action. What's one thing you've learned in this video so far? Write it down from memory. Don't look back at the script. Try to recall the information from what you remember. Your brain is a muscle. Passive learning is like watching someone else lift weights. Active recall is the workout that builds your memory and understanding. Active recall isn't just about memorization. It's about understanding. It's about making connections, seeing the bigger picture, and developing a deep, lasting understanding of the material. Let's explore this together. Sometimes school can feel disconnected, like you're learning a bunch of facts and figures that have no relevance to your actual life. When you don't see the point, when you don't understand why you're learning something, learning becomes a drag. It becomes a chore, a burden, something to be endured rather than enjoyed. But what if you could change that? What if you could transform learning from a tedious task into an exciting adventure? The secret lies in the power of the why. The why method is simple, yet incredibly effective. It's about constantly asking yourself, why is this important? Why does this matter? Connect the subject matter to your interests, your career goals, and the world around you. Let's say you're studying history. Why learn history? Well, history helps us understand current events. It teaches us about the past mistakes and triumphs of humanity, allowing us to make better decisions in the present. History teaches us empathy, critical thinking, and a deeper appreciation for the world around us. Or maybe you're struggling with math. Why learn math? Math is the language of science, technology, engineering, and so much more. It's essential for problem solving, critical thinking, and even everyday tasks like managing your finances. Think about your future. What are your passions? What are your dreams? How can the subjects you're studying help you achieve those goals? If you're interested in becoming a doctor, you'll need to master biology, chemistry, and anatomy. If you're interested in becoming a writer, you'll need to hone your skills in English, history, and creative writing. The why method isn't just about finding a practical application for what you're learning. It's about igniting your curiosity. It's about seeing the connections between different subjects and understanding how they all fit together. So, here's your challenge. Create a why list for each subject you're studying. Write down why it matters to you, how it connects to your interests, and how it can help you achieve your goals. As Albert Einstein said, the important thing is to never stop questioning. Curiosity is the key to lifelong learning. When you embrace the why, you'll unlock a whole new world of knowledge, understanding, and excitement. Let's explore this together. All right, we've reached the end of our treasure hunt. We've explored the lost city of study and fun, and we've unearthed some incredible tools along the way. Let's quickly recap our key hacks. First, we discovered the dopamine dance, the secret to making studying fun by rewarding your brain and turning the process into a game. Next, we learned the Feynman Technique, a powerful method for truly understanding any concept by explaining it simply as if to a child. Then, we mastered the Pomodoro Technique, our secret weapon against procrastination, helping us conquer time and stay focused. But we also unlocked the power of active recall, the key to building a strong memory and understanding by actively retrieving information. And finally, we embraced the power of the why, connecting learning to our interests, our goals, and the world around us. Remember, the promise of this video was simple. Studying can be fun, and these tools, these hacks, will help you achieve it. They're not just for the super smart kids or the naturally gifted learners. They're for everyone. They're for you. Now it's your turn. Try these hacks. Experiment with them. Find what works best for you. And most importantly, share your experiences in the comments below. Let's build a community of learners, supporting each other and celebrating our successes. If you want to dive deeper, check out the links in the description below for more related videos, helpful websites, and awesome study tools. You've got the power to transform your study experience. You've got the tools, the knowledge, and the potential to make learning an adventure. So go out there, embrace your curiosity, and make learning fun. What are you waiting for?